You know when you hear someone speak English and it just sounds right, like they're totally comfortable, the words just flow.
Yeah, completely natural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to dive deep into this technique called shadowing.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we looked at suggests it can really help you get that natural quality in your own English. We're talking about, sharpening pronunciation, getting the rhythm right, that sort of musicality of language.
And boosting your confidence too, which is huge.
Absolutely.
And shadowing, at its core, it's basically immediate mirroring, right? You listen to a native speaker and boom, you repeat it instantly. Like you're their echo or, their shadow.
Like a shadow, yeah.
Following them closely.
Exactly. But it's not just saying the words back. The real goal is to copy their sound and how they say things, the ups and downs, the rhythm.
Right. I saw one source compare it to singing along with a song you love.
Oh, that's a great comparison.
Yeah. You don't just say the lyrics, do you? You kind of try to match the singer's voice, the timing, the feeling. Totally. You mimic everything instinctively. Shadowing is pretty much that, but for speaking.
So that's our plan for this deep dive. Unpack what shadowing actually is, look at why it seems to work so well based on what we found.
And give you a clear, step-by-step guide on how you can actually do it effectively.
Yeah, so by the end, you should have a really solid handle on it and hopefully feel ready to give it a go.
Okay, so let's nail down the what. Shadowing is listen and repeat immediately.
Immediately. That seems key.
It really is. That's stressed a lot in the research. You're not supposed to wait for them to finish the sentence. You aim to speak almost right on top of them.
Okay, interesting. And it's not just about the words, he said.
No, definitely not. It's more holistic. It's training your brain to hear the sounds, your mouth to make the sounds, and your ears to, pick up those little differences all at the same time.
So you're kind of rewiring things to handle English sounds naturally.
Pretty much. And that simultaneous thing, listening, processing, speaking, that seems to be why it's, quite effective. It's very active, not passive at all.
Which brings us to the big question. Why? Why? Why does this work so well? What do the sources say?
Well, one major point is that it helps you sound more natural, faster.
How so?
Because you're copying real speech, not just textbook sentences. Real spoken English has a rhythm, a flow. Some call it music.
Music, right? Like the ups and downs, the pauses.
Exactly. The intonation, the stress patterns, even the emotion behind the words. Written English doesn't always capture that fully. Shadowing lets you absorb those patterns directly.
So you kind of internalize the melody of the language.
Precisely. You pick it up almost unconsciously, like native speakers do. It helps you avoid sounding kind of robotic.
And there's a confidence aspect too, right?
Oh, definitely. It's like building muscle memory for your mouth.
Muscle memory for speaking English.
Yeah. You practice making the sounds, linking words together smoothly over and over. It makes you feel more comfortable, more sure of yourself when you actually go to speak. You feel the progress.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially for sounds that aren't in your native language.
That's a huge point. Your mouth literally might not be used to making certain shapes or movements. Shadowing is like targeted practice for those specific mouth muscles. It's surprisingly physical.
And you're working on listening and speaking together.
At the exact same time, which is super efficient, right? You listen with the intent to copy immediately, so you're sharpening both skills simultaneously. It's this integrated loop.
Okay, yeah, I can see how that would prevent that flat delivery you sometimes hear.
Right, because you're trying to catch the pitch changes, the tone. Yeah. You start sounding more dynamic, more natural.
And experts back this up. It's not just a fad.
No, not at all. Lots of language acquisition folks, linguists, they really endorse it as a solid tool for getting fluent faster.
Okay, great. So we know what it is, why it's good. Let's get practical. How do you actually do it right? Step one seems to be picking the right audio.
Crucial first step, yeah. You want to start with stuff that's pretty slow and clear.
Like what?
Maybe podcasts for learners, some YouTube videos where people speak distinctly, maybe audiobooks read at a slower pace.
And it helps if you actually like the content, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Motivation is key. Pick something you find interesting. Could be TED Talks, they're usually clear. Or even dialogues from shows or movies.
Like Friends. Someone mentioned Friends.
Yeah. Or news reports, maybe. Something engaging, but generally well-paced.
And start small. Don't try to shadow a whole lecture.
Definitely start small. Just a short phrase, maybe 5, 10 words, or like a 1-minute clip. Keep it manageable.
And subtitles help.
Hugely helpful, especially at first. Having that visual reference connects the sound to the word. Really recommended if you can get material with a transcript or good subtitles.
Okay, got the material. What's step 2?
Listen first. Just listen. Play that short bit, but listen actively.
Actively, meaning?
Pay attention to the details. Where's the stress? Where do they pause? What's the emotion in their voice? Really focus on how they're saying it.
Got it. Then step 3 is the actual shadowing part.
Right, the echo part. Repeat what you heard, but do it immediately. Almost overlap with them.
Don't pause the audio.
Try not to. The idea is to keep up in real time. That's what builds that quick connection between hearing and speaking.
And you're mimicking everything. Tone, speed.
Everything. Try to match their intonation, their pace, even their accent if you can. It's kind of like acting, you know? You're playing the part of that speaker.
Okay. Then there's step 4, which sounds a bit intense, recording yourself.
Yeah, it can feel weird at first, but it's super valuable. Record yourself while you're shadowing.
And then?
Then you listen back. Compare your recording to the original speaker. It's the best way to hear where you sound different. Maybe your rhythm is off or you're missing certain sounds.
So it gives you specific things to work on.
Exactly. It's objective feedback. Really helps pinpoint weaknesses.
Makes sense. Okay, so that's the how-to. What about common mistakes? Things to avoid?
Good question. A big one is speaking too late. Not overlapping enough. Remember, it's about that near simultaneous repetition.
Okay, gotta be quick. What else?
Choosing material that's way too fast or complex for your level, that's super common.
Right, gets frustrating.
Totally. Start slow. You can always speed up later. Use those playback speed controls on YouTube if you need to. They're great for beginners.
What about ignoring the emotion? Just saying the words flatly.
Yeah, that's another mistake. How something is said is a huge part of communication in English. Try to capture that feeling, that tone. Don't just focus on the words.
Don't just mumble along either.
Please don't. Speak clearly. Be confident, even if you know you're making mistakes. A clear attempt is better than a mumbling one.
And hard words, don't skip them.
Definitely not. Those tricky words, they're your targets. Repeat them. Focus on them. That's how you improve.
Okay, good tips. Where do people find good stuff for shadowing? Resources.
Well, YouTube is amazing for this. So many podcasts, speeches, TED Talks, vlogs, endless content, really.
Any specific apps?
Yeah, there are apps designed for this too. Things like fluently or Il Speak often have shadowing exercises built in.
What about podcasts?
Sure, for more advanced folks, maybe something like The Daily. For learners, BBC Learning English is always a solid choice. Lots of clear speech there.
And Netflix, can you use that?
Absolutely. Find a show or movie you like, put on the English subtitles, and use short bits of dialogue. Perfect for practice.
Okay, so lots of options. Let's wrap up with some final tips. What's the main takeaway?
I'd say consistency. That came up again and again. Even just 10 or 15 minutes every single day makes a huge difference over time.
Little and often.
Exactly. And don't stress about mistakes. Seriously. Everyone makes them. Fluency is a journey. Practice is how you get there.
And have fun with it, right?
Yes. Shadow songs you like, famous movie lines, cartoons, whatever keeps it interesting and makes you want to do it. Even 5 minutes daily can lead to, honestly, pretty surprising progress.
Progress, not perfection.
That's the mantra. Find a quiet spot where you won't feel judged and just go for it. Experiment.
So, bottom line, real fluency comes from doing right.
Yeah.
Speaking, repeating, practicing, not just studying grammar.
Couldn't agree more. Shadowing is like a shortcut, in a way, to sounding more natural, feeling more confident, and just getting those words out smoothly.
Okay, so here's a challenge for you listening. Try it. Just shadow 1 minute of English every day for the next week.
Just 1 minute a day for 7 days. See how it feels. Notice what happens.
And seriously, give it a shot. Don't aim for perfection. Just mimic the sounds, pick something you like, and stick with it for that week.
We really think you might be surprised.
Because what you're doing, fundamentally, is rewiring your brain for English, right? Training your ears and your mouth to work together automatically.
Exactly. And you'll start picking up natural phrases, the rhythm. Words will just start coming out smoother. You'll likely find yourself thinking faster in English, too.
It really seems like a powerful way to bridge that gap between knowing English and actually sounding like you speak English naturally.
It really does. You start to internalize the language in a different way. Give it that 1 minute a day try.